Hi there, my name is Raymond Johansen and I am an art director and storyboard artist based in Norway. I work both in a traditional analog way with lead markers, pencils, ink and so on, and a digital way. And that usually means Photoshop. It's always about finding a creative idea, and one technique for coming up with something that you normally wouldn't do comes out from a basic instinct that most people have. It's the ability to recognize patterns. When you look up at the sky, what you see? Do you see a dragon? Do you see a monster, a face, or a princess, or whatever you see? Why is it like that? If you go back to our ancestors and they're gathering around the campfire, they would get safety from the environment. They could get heated food, comfort from their loved ones, and protection from the wild animals because they fear the heat. So when something tried to sneak up on you in the dark, it was important to, as soon as possible, be able to recognize that you were under danger. And when it come up from lots of leaves and everything with background noise, it's very difficult in the dark to see something. So fear of what hiding in the dark actually developed an ability to recognize patterns. And if you take it very far, you can say it created fantasy, because you need to have fantasy to fill out the dots, to take a wild guess that, oh, is that a face? Is that a tiger or bear or whatever? And it actually has a name, is pareidolia. I'm not a professor, but you can look it up. And when people see Jesus in a toast, or when you look up the sky and you can see an animal or something, or even if you look at a flock of birds and you see a dinosaur, this actually comes out from the ability to recognize patterns. So how to use this? Well, when you learn, you use memory, and the muscles also do. When you draw a lot, the muscle memory, you can call it that, it actually, if you can call it a habit, you draw a lot of things and you learn to draw exactly what you see. And after a while, you continue drawing a certain way, and every time you pick up the pencil or something, you pick up on those habits. But you don't want a habit when you want to create something new, because design is about fantasizing something new. One tool I have used that helps me come up with crazy things is a program called Alchemy. It's free, and you should check it out. This is one of the tools I can use, and I draw a picture sometimes with an intent to get a form, or sometimes I just do to play around to get my own skies. So I put on a mirror effect, so it's the same on both sides, and then I ask myself what you see. Just like looking at the skies. And could it be an insect or a spaceship or a woman in a dress or something? Well, in this case, I saw a dark elf queen. So I started working out that, just picking the colors that's already there and try to build out something, and I clean it up and I can present an idea, and I can get on with a new idea, and I can produce many ideas like this in a few hours. And another cool thing is to use Photoboot. Watching YouTube on Scott Robertson's channel, he had one creative way of using Photoboot that he and Neville Page used, and I have been using this a lot, and it's very cool. You just take pictures of a lot of stuff, and you put on a mirror effect, so you get a pattern at once when you have a mirror effect. And I also use the same tool in Photoshop. I just mirror what I draw. But anyway, you take a picture of, let's say, a key, and you can get an insect, you can get a spaceship, a weapon, or whatever you fantasy might find. And you take a lot of snapshots. Sometimes the snapshots, it makes it possible for you to second guess or to find something new later, because when you're doing it, you not always recognize something. So sometimes I just take pictures without even thinking it's cool. And you can have like something soft, and it can look like a monster face, or it could looks like a symbol for something. Your imagination will decide. Anyway, here I have some of the pictures I have taken. It's from the skin of the pomelo fruit. Is that an alien? I don't know. And is it like a head or a monster or both? Or is this a cape or is it a face? Is it an insect? All dry leaf? It gets to be a mask or something. Or I can combine them. Here I have a tinfoil. And there, is this something? Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, it's a mask, isn't it? Okay, open it in Photoshop. I like this. I want to do something with it. So, what do I see? A robot, perhaps. Or a space mask or something. Okay, try to make it more like a poster format. I don't know why, just something I wanted to do. I was thinking about a character from a movie poster or something. Okay, started painting, just picking the colors that's already there in the tinfoil, so I very quickly can find the forms, and I push the forms. I try to find a triangle here, take away some things, just use the background color, and more shadow here and there. I try to block out the form. So how big should the body be? A little bit bulkier, but and I go back to the tinfoils I already have. Find something new I can use. Yeah, here. This one I use for the armor. So it's very easy to make a whole figure. If you have some extra footage, you can use also. Just erase it away and adjust it a little bit and start painting over it. Yeah, I needed something more. Yep. And then that's the torso. Yeah. Okay. Just continue. Try to block off the shapes. I'm going to be very bold with the strokes. Don't care if I'm messy. The most important thing is to get in a figure pretty quick, so you can see if there's something to work with or not. Something you have to work more with an idea to get it to work, and sometimes you just have to abandon it. And if you're lucky, sometimes you also have something that works at once. Yeah. I put in some darker shades, and I think now he's gonna fold his arms. He's gonna be more in control, on a little bit posing. I want him to pose. And I'm starting here to think that he could be a Sith Lord. So I have my own Star Wars character. Yeah. And I'm starting to think also that his mask could be like a breathing mask, like Darth Vader. He can go places where there's no air. So it could be like a spacesuit also. Yeah. And it's always good to go back and lean backward and see what else can you do before you do it, so you have a plan. Yep. I work in this was done in Photoshop CS6. I use CC now, and I really love Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop since 1992. So I think it was Photoshop 1.5. So I remember I had to draw without layers. Yeah, it was crazy. And when we got the layers, it was a celebration day. So I sound like I'm really old. I'm from the Stone Age of Photoshop. Yeah, and I found out here that I didn't like the the angle of the lightsaber, so I changed it. This lightsaber shouldn't just be pointing to the side, it should be pointing more up, so it's more opposing and he's more in control of what he does. It's more powerful. And the camera also is a little bit shut upward, so he looks down on you. That's a basic technique for making a hero or villain or something that have a power. You put the camera a little bit down, because then you have to look up. Yeah, I didn't like the lightsaber, so I have to fix it again. Even if it makes a lot of mess, it doesn't matter, because everything is really rough now. So fix everything in your composition while it's still rough. And I tried out something to how his shoulder pads is going to be. And should I underlap the lightsaber there? Yeah, I think I got, yeah, there, I draw it out. Because you don't really want something to point into each other. You want the overlap or underlap. Okay, I'm starting to be finished now, so I'm gonna thank you for watching my tutorial. And I hope you'll be back, and thank you for your time. And may the force be with you. Bye.